Hello, this is Terrible Press Ads, episode 2. I'm 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗏 from the Blackford Centre. We have a copywriting course. It is the best in the world because there is more content in it than any other copywriting course. If you want to find us, you can go to Google and type in Blackford Centre copywriting course and you'll find it. So why terrible press ads? Well, there is a detailed explanation in episode 1, but briefly, these videos are designed to teach you how to be a copywriter through the medium of terrible press ads. And why? Because press ads contain every element of the copywriter's craft. So they have headlines, they have body copy, they have a call to action, they have visuals. They have to encourage you to look at the ad in the first place and not just flip the page. And then they have to persuade you to do what you want them to do, to buy something or sign up for something or agree with something. So bad press ads will teach you more than good press ads because there's more to learn and also because it's a lot more fun. So let's have a look at some terrible press ads. Okay, so what do you think about this one then? 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏 wine, it says. And then halfway down the ad, it says 6 flavor-packed autumn wines. It's curious that flavor gets a capital letter, as does autumn, which is reasonable enough, but not packed or wines. There you go. I think it's a bit unfortunate that they didn't use a stronger headline as opposed to just a client's name. You know, you could have said 6 flavor-packed autumn wines at only half price. Because that's really what this ad is doing. It's a half price ad because it says here, save over 30 quid and you get free delivery as well. So that's really what this ad is trying to do. It's saying people go and buy wine from a local supermarket or from, I don't know, Amazon or wherever. We have to get them over the threshold. We have to get them to change their buying habits. And we do that by offering them a bargain. Of course, when you've signed up, they then make you pay the full 70 quid or whatever for those 6 bottles of wine. But hey, nothing in life that's worth having is necessarily very cheap. So they could have said 6 flavor pack autumn wines, and then in smaller letters from 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and then in bigger letters, half price and free delivery. There is then some body copy. Top billing goes to. So top billing is a metaphor from stage and screen. It's about actors. To our barrel selection. I don't know what a barrel selection means. Don't all wines come from barrels? Patagonian Malbec. I don't know about Patagonian wines. I know about Argentinian and Chilean wines, but hey, Patagonian sounds a bit cheap to me. From leading producer 𝗙𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, a stunning wine full of rich. You see, we get into the adjectives here, which I kind of like. Stunning wine full of rich black fruit, oak character, juicy Southern French, vanilla scented Rioja. That sounds lovely to me. So there's a nice description. This is where the copywriter has been earning their money. To the right of it is an anonymous person in that dark brown box saying that they thought it was wonderful. Yeah, you know, but you can always get some anonymous person to say it. I mean, it could be their mate from the pub. And what is curious, at the very bottom right-hand corner, there is a Trustpilot logo, which is almost an embarrassed little aside, as though the art director didn't like having green on his otherwise brown tones. But it'll persuade some people, social proof. Underneath that, there's a guarantee, which says if you don't like any of these bottles, we'll give you your money back. I dare say nobody ever does, but it reassures you. There is, I think, sensibly an order location, lathe.co.uk/autumn6. Because they will never know where this ad was seen, because there's no link from a particular newspaper. So they could be running this ad in this paper and nobody ever buys from them. So they're working blind, which in this day and age of being able to trace where people come from is a bit unfortunate. And that's the problem really with press ads, unlike online ads, is you can't tell where people came from unless you have a particular landing page that ties it to a particular site. So I think the ad looks nice. I think the headline is a bit wishy-washy. It could have been so much better, couldn't it? Okay, so we have here a watch. Quite a dramatic look, really, isn't it? It's got this watch that's illuminated as in a spotlight, and it fades to darkness on the outsides. And they've put as a headline their company name. I wish they wouldn't do that. And above it is a shield. I don't know if that's a Tudor shield when they went out and had fights with bows and arrows, or is it a mask like comic masks, tragic masks? Don't know. And then they have hashtag Born to Dare. Why would you put a hashtag with a headline? What did they think that was about? Did they think somehow that was a sexy thing to do because it's associated with Twitter or something? I don't know. And it's very hard to read because it's got thin little font in white out of a red background. I'll read it to you. It says, "What is it that drives someone to greatness?" Well, not a motor car, a watch. To take on the unknown, venture into the unseen and dare all. A watch. This is the spirit that gave birth to Tudor, capital letters. This is the spirit embodied in every Tudor watch. Some are born to follow, others are born to dare. Now, is that a claim too far? That by wearing that shiny watch, you are the kind of person who's daring? There are people who like to augment their self-esteem by the possession of what looks like expensive things. We're all prey to it. Whether or not this watch will do it for us is another matter. It is lots of gadgets associated with it, isn't there? And there are various words, which again, I might have to read for you. It's quite small. Do you know this thing has got snowflake hands? I kid you not. Snowflake hands. These are cowardly little hands. They're fearful. A hallmark. Well, a hallmark of Tudor divers. Is this a diver's watch? Doesn't say it is. Actually, in very small letters, it's got 200 to 680 meters chronometer, which I think means a watch officially certified by whom, it doesn't say. If it's a hallmark is a stamp on the back of precious metal like gold or silver. This is not stamped on the back of this watch, is it? This is what they really mean. This is a characteristic of manufacturer caliber. So I know what a big caliber is and a small caliber. These are guns and bullets and things. I don't know what a manufacture caliber is. And then they say there's a 70-hour weekend proof power reserve. This is like alarming because this means you've got to wind the bloody thing up with one of those 3 windy wheels. Got a silicon hairspring. If something is on a hairspring, doesn't that mean it's about to fall over, about to go off or something like that? It's delicate. And there's a 41mm case. I don't know if that's a big case or a small case. Here's the thing. These are all features. I was taught at my granny's knee that you don't write features, you write benefits. So what is the advantage of snowflake hands? What is the advantage of a manufacturer caliber? And what is the point of a 41mm case? I don't know. Altogether peculiar, impressive. What other companies do is they have a spokesperson, because that spokesperson is going to lend credibility to the watch. So you have a daring person, typically a footballer or someone who is seen nonchalantly holding up their watch like this so that you can see it accidentally. This is a £23 watch. Oops, where is it? There we go. It's got a plastic strap. I have got some nicer watches. They didn't cost much more either. This is done without the spokesman. So how do you make a claim for a watch that is basically about boosting someone's ego if you don't get a spokesperson's endorsement? And is the claim born to dare credible? You know, if it was on a GoPro camera where you went daring places with it, that I can understand. If you were on a surfboard or a skateboard or something that you do stuff with that's a bit dangerous, I can understand. Not sure about this watch. I suppose the people who buy this watch will believe it, and that's the thing, isn't it? So do we believe this? I don't think so. Is there another way of advertising this watch? Probably, but I'm tired now. Let's go on. Look at some other awful press ad, shall we? You probably can't read it because it's very small and it's actually like white out of red, and it's delicate little words, typeface. What is it that drives someone to greatness? I don't know. Wearing a posh watch. To take on the unknown, venture into the unseen, and dare all. A watch. Or, I don't know, courage, or change of underpants. This is the spirit that gave birth to Tudor, capital letters. I hate clients that make you put their name in capital letters. This is the spirit embodied in every Tudor watch. Some are born to follow, others are born to dare. Why would you have a hashtag symbol? I mean, if it was like a GoPro camera, for example, I can understand that. If it was a surfboard or a yacht or something that actually did stuff, then, you know, I could kind of understand that. And then you have, in again very small little letters, some what they fondly think are benefits, but they're actually features, not benefits. So there's a 41mm case. Is that a good thing? Is that a big thing? Is that a small case? I don't know. And you know what? It's got snowflake hands. Do they know what snowflake is? Isn't that like a cowardly person? And it's a hallmark of Tudor divers watches. Hallmark. A hallmark is a stamp on gold or silver or some other precious metal to identify its provenance. So if they don't know that, you know, if it was like a stamped on the back of the watch, but now these are the 𝗙ecie hands. Since 1969, that's not very long, is it, for a watchmaker? Manufacturer caliber. Is manufacturer an adjective? Does it describe the word caliber? You know, do you have big caliber and small caliber guns or bullets? But a manufacturer caliber? And then it says MT, no, with 70-hour weekend-proof power reserve. Does that mean you have to wind the thing up? Well, presumably it's an expensive watch. There are lots of There's a silicon hairspring. Hairspring sounds to me as though it's very delicate, poised on a hairspring, which wouldn't really go with this sort of macho-looking watch. I mean, my watch cost 23 quid, and it's got plastic. Oh, got a plastic strap. I have other watches. So this has lots of windy things on it, doesn't it? So they've decided really to make this watch the centerpiece of the ad. I think it would have been nice if they'd had some more words, because I like words. What do other people do? If you're advertising a watch, they typically find a spokesperson, like a football player or a tennis player, who are nonchalantly seen showing off their watch like this. They've gone for something different, which is fair enough, but they put features in instead of benefits. So in other words, if you were to say that it has a snowflake hands, what is the benefit to me? And the 41mm case, what is the benefit to me? All in all, that is not great, because we're not really learning anything from it. So we have here, the headline says, keep building your business. And we have this starry-eyed character who's looking into the middle distance with a glum look on his face. And for reasons unknown, he is bouncing a ball in his hand. Now, normally, the headline relates to the visual, and the visual gives you a clue about the ad, or in some combination. So, keep building your business. This is an ad, by the way, from a bank. Keep building your business. You'd normally expect to see a guy with a trowel building a wall or something or other, and that would be the clue. He's not building anything, is he? If it said, keep your business bouncing along, that would be nice. Cliche maybe, but it's the kind of thing we copywriters do. Why is this guy bouncing a ball? And then you spot these sort of paper lantern-y things in the top right-hand corner. So maybe he makes bouncing paper balls. We really need to look at the body copy. At NatWest, we offer. It's like, don't talk about you, talk about me. I want to know I want to talk about me, because that's what every consumer, every person in the world loves to talk about themselves. So don't talk about you. You're a bank. You're boring. At NatWest, we offer a wide range of tools, support, and coaching to help your business adapt and stay resilient. If you have to adapt and stay resilient, you're probably doing quite badly. And here's the thing, actually, this ad came out at a time of absolutely appalling, terrible economic conditions in which most business owners were taking the last tins of beans down into their bunker and sacking all their employees. So we're not really building your business, are you? You're trying to protect yourself from ruination. Stay resilient, including tips on managing cash flow or pivoting your business model. You only pivot if you're doing really badly. And pivoting your business model is a sort of jargon, isn't it? So everyone with a business, just like Simon, okay, that must be Simon, the starry-eyed guy who isn't very happy because his business is going bust. can make paper dreams real ones. So presumably he makes paper balls, and in fact at the very bottom it says Paper Dreams London. So is that the name of his company? Not really very obvious. You know, they could have turned this round. They could have run it as a case study, because case studies are nice because it's got humanity about it. It's about human people. It's a story. People love stories. You haven't seen any stories, have we, in these press ads? They could have said, you know, Simon loved cutting up paper and making paper balls with them, and he gave one to his parents every Christmas, and they were delighted. The whole house was full of paper chains, and then his dad said to him, Simon, why don't you dare and go out and build a business? He said, I don't know how, Dad. And Dad said, go and talk to NatWest Bank. And so I went down to NatWest Bank, and they showed me how to sell these things. That's a great story. I love that story. But meanwhile, what we've got a crappy headline, we've got a starry-eyed guy, we've got these weird balls and things. All together, yeah. What can you do, eh? Should we ring him up and tell him? Another terrible press ad, eh? So this has been Terrible Press Ads, episode 2. Thank you for staying with me all the way while I meandered around the place with my thoughts. What do we see? We saw Lathwaite's wine, neat, competent design, terrible, dull headline, really, that should have been mixed up together, decent body copy, failed to track where the referrals were coming from, weak social proof. Remember that anonymous person who liked it. We then saw Tudor watches, where they do features, not benefits. Remember the snowflake hands? No body copy at all, no headline, only the company name, and also what I think is a pretty excessive, unbelievable claim, but it could be argued that actually it appeals to a certain kind of person. Then we saw the Hackney job ads for £160,000 jobs. Wrong medium, you'd have to say. National press. No one, almost nobody who reads it has either the experience or the qualifications to do either of those two jobs, unless they had some reason for putting it in there. That ad was full of jargon, full of excellence this and driving the sustainability agenda there. Terrible, terrible stuff. And then finally we saw poor old depressed Simon juggling his balls. The heading about construction when it wasn't a construction ad, and lots of text about the bank and not about us. And in a couple of these cases, they could have really done something different, such as with Simon, they could have run as a case study. So my name is 𝗙ście𝗂𝗿𝗆𝗍 from the Blackford Centre. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get to see lots more terrible press ads. Also, sign up on our copywriting website. There's a link below where you will get freebies and offers and all kinds of great things. Until the next time, thank you very much.